Before we begin, do this: tap like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. We post real English stories every single day to help you learn fast and speak with confidence. Now let's talk about something that affects almost every English learner. Common mistakes. No one wants to talk about them. No one wants to admit them. But almost everyone makes them. Even smart learners. Even learners who study every day. Even learners who think they're doing everything right. And that's the problem. These mistakes are small. But they're powerful. They can stop your progress. They can make you sound less fluent. They can keep you stuck at the same level, even after months of practice. So today, we're going to look at these mistakes, not just to correct them, but to understand why they happen and how to fix them. But we're not going to read a boring list. Let's do it through a story. Meet Samir. Samir was learning English for work. He had a job in a hotel and wanted to speak better with guests. He took classes, listened to podcasts, and even practiced with online videos. He was confident. But one day, something happened. A guest asked him, "Can you help me with my luggage?" And Samir replied, "Yes, I can help you to carry your bags." The guest smiled politely, but something felt strange. Later, Samir asked his teacher about it. And the teacher said, "Samir, that's a common mistake. In English, we don't usually say, help to carry. We say, help carry." That was Samir's first surprise. He thought he was right. But sometimes, grammar feels right in your head, and still sounds strange to a native speaker. So let's talk about that mistake, using to after certain verbs. In many cases, it's fine. I want to go. She needs to eat. We plan to travel. But with some verbs, especially help, we often skip the to. So instead of help to clean, you just say, help clean. It's faster. More natural. Samir learned that. But there was more. Another day, a guest asked him, "What time does breakfast start?" And Samir said, "It starts on 7. The guest looked confused. Samir repeated, "It starts on 7. Again, polite smile. But the meaning didn't land. What was wrong? It was one tiny word. On. In English, we say, on Monday, on my birthday, or on the weekend. But when we talk about time, we say, at. So, breakfast starts at 7. That small mistake, using on instead of at, made the sentence confusing. Samir was shocked. It was such a small thing. But it made a big difference. And that's another truth about English mistakes. The words are small. The impact is big. Now let's talk about pronunciation. Samir thought his pronunciation was good. He worked hard. But one day, a guest asked, "Can I get a fork?" And Samir heard something else. He thought the guest said a bad word. He froze. The guest repeated, "Fork." A fork. Samir laughed, a little embarrassed. This happens a lot. Why? Because some English sounds are very close. The or in fork is different from the in another. The th in think is different from the t in tank. So when you're learning English, you have to train your ear. Not just your brain. You might think you're hearing the word right, but sometimes, your brain fills in what it expects to hear, not what's really there. That's why listening practice is so important. Not just reading. Not just writing. But listening. And then repeating out loud. Even if it feels silly. Even if no one is around. Because your mouth needs to learn how English feels. The muscles in your mouth need to move differently. That's not a grammar issue. That's a physical issue. And it takes time. Now let's get back to Samir. He improved fast. But he had one habit that was holding him back. Every time he didn't know a word, he stopped speaking. Completely. He would say, I want to, never mind. And the conversation would end. This is one of the biggest mistakes learners make. They stop when they don't know the exact word. But fluent speakers do something else. They explain. They describe. They keep going. If they don't know the word backpack, they say, the bag you wear on your back. If they don't know the word garage, they say, the place where I parked the car. This is called talking around a word. And it's a powerful skill. It shows fluency. Because real fluency isn't about knowing every word. It's about communicating your idea, even when your words are limited. So don't freeze. Don't stop. Just keep talking. Now let's talk about one final mistake Samir made. And maybe you've made it too. Every time someone corrected him, he got quiet. He felt embarrassed. He said, I should know this. I studied this already. He thought making mistakes meant he was bad at English. But that's not true. Mistakes are how your brain grows. Each time someone corrects you, your brain makes a new connection. That's good. It means you're learning. So don't fear mistakes. Learn from them. Even native speakers make mistakes. Even teachers say things wrong sometimes. The difference is, they don't stop. They keep speaking. And they keep improving. So now let's go over the most important ideas from Samir's story. First, be careful with small grammar words, especially words like at, on, and in. They seem simple, but they can change the meaning fast. Second, learn to listen for small sounds. The difference between ship and sheep, or live and leave, is just one sound, but it can change the meaning completely. Third, don't stop when you forget a word. Talk around it. Use simple words. Keep going. Fourth, don't let corrections hurt your confidence. Use them. They are your best teachers. And finally, remember this. Fluency isn't about speaking perfectly. It's about speaking bravely. Even with mistakes. Even when you're not sure. Even when it feels slow. Because each time you try, you get better. Each time you speak, you grow. And each time you fix a small error, your English becomes clearer, stronger, and more natural. So ask yourself. Are you making these mistakes? If yes, that's okay. Now you know what to do. And you're not alone. Thousands of learners just like you are fixing the same mistakes, one step at a time. And our daily videos are here to help with that. So tell us in the comments, which mistake in today's story do you make most? Or maybe you've noticed another one we didn't talk about. Share it. Let's learn together. And if you found this helpful, do one more thing. Share this video with a friend who's learning English too. You never know how much one story can help someone else. And remember, every single day, we post a new story to help you grow your English naturally. So hit like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss tomorrow's video. You're doing great. Keep going. Your fluency is closer than you think.